All right, guys, we're out again. So we got Kyle and Phil, and we're parked not far from Algonquin. We're on the east side of Algonquin, but we're actually going to be staying on Crown land into a lake that is actually stocked with rainbow. So hopefully get some fishing in and hopefully catch some things. But overnight tonight, actually today, it's supposed to be up to +4, so mild day. But tomorrow it starts to drop about -2 and then down to almost -20. Will feel like -30 overnight. So nice cool night, but it's about a 6K hike in, and we're looking forward to it. I got a new sled that's a bit longer than my old one. It also had some holes in the bottom of it, so simple Canadian tire one. Phil is using a nice big Pelican one. And then there's Kyle in his Smitty sled that he's got going on here. Good for pulling because there's less drag with the skis, and then he could actually drop it down flat. You don't need to do it. Oh, okay, so like that, if you needed to. And then, yeah, and then it pops up. Quite cool. All right, so we're gonna do a slight change of plans. The main trail goes down to a different lake, and we're gonna stay on that tonight versus the one to the lake. Yeah, it's fairly packed down, but it is a bit rougher. So, and we're also a little closer to the car in case anything happens. And it's supposed to get cold tomorrow night, quite cold into Sunday. So we're going to stay on this lake down here, be a little closer, day trip into the lake with rainbow trout, and hopefully catch some tomorrow. But yeah, I think we're all feeling good about this decision. Hi guys.
Yep.
Well, we've made it to a point that we're going to camp on, but it was a tough go across this lake, to be honest. It's a fair amount of slush. My feet are now wet because it broke through into the slush layer. It's probably a good 6 to 8 inches of slush, so not a lot of fun. So it wasn't a great pull across the lake. So we're gonna get set up for now and get settled in to at least get our tent pads or whatever we're sleeping in tonight. And I'll show you, I'm just gonna be under a tarp. But also broke my snowshoe going across the lake. So that really didn't help anything. See if I can fix it though. So yeah, the buckle is completely off. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to rejoin it. I got some rope, but the problem is I think it's just going to slide too much this way. I'll see what I can do. Well, it ain't pretty, but hopefully it'll work. Well, this is my setup for the night. I haven't been filming much because we've been trying to get things ready. So that's where I'm going to be. And Phil's over there in the tent. Started gathering some firewood, doing some prep, and gonna have the fire in between all three of us here. So again, Phil's over here, and over beyond that big white pine is Kyle's setup. So there's Kyle's setup. He's nice and cozy, and Phil's back over there. Again, it was really slushy. You can actually see a spot out there of where a snowmobile went through, or not through, but broke through the slush. So there are big pockets of that across the lake. So far the snowshoe's sort of holding up, but it is sliding. So I'll probably have to do a bit more jigging with it. We're calling it a night. We didn't actually even have a fire tonight. It's about 0 degrees, and to be perfectly honest, where we are, there isn't a lot of accessible firewood without going back fairly deep, post-holing into the woods. Even with snowshoes, it was really difficult to find anything. So we're going to save our firewood for tomorrow night because it's colder. Again, a lot of slush across that lake this afternoon, so hopefully tomorrow we'll blaze a path out to the lake we're trying to get to, get some fishing in. If we have anything, any good luck, great. If not, so be it. And then we'll come back, and at least that trail will be hopefully frozen through the slush at that point. It won't be as bad coming back across the lake. Again, tomorrow night's supposed to be quite a bit colder, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, have a good night. So, morning guys. It's actually quite mild right now. It's kind of nice, but it is supposed to get quite cold today by the end of the day. And what worries me is just the amount of wind that we got going. It's been quite windy all morning, and I think it's going to be that way all day. So might be pretty cold out on the ice, but we'll see. Well, they were zooming down the lake and hit a couple air holes, so something we just got to be cautious of. I don't know if they were actually air holes or just big slush pockets because of the amount of slush on this lake, but I'm not going to second guess them by any means. Okay, Kyle and I are heading into the lake with the Rainbow. Phil's decided he's just going to hang out at camp, gather some firewood, build a bit more of a shelter around where our fire pit's going to be. So hopefully we'll get some fish and come back and have a bit of a fry. If not, craft dinner and tuna packets. The old standby. The trail's actually in better shape than I thought it was, so quite happy. Shouldn't be too bad of a trip. Massive beaver dam, or lodge right there, and dam. I suspect though that the water's low right now. Maybe the dam burst and the beavers aren't here anymore. That's why it looks so tall, but not sure. Fox went down the trail last night, back the way we came. Probably, it looks fairly fresh, so it might be earlier this morning. That's a good print. I made it to the lake that we're going to fish on. I think we'll go off the point of this peninsula here. Be covered from the wind, maybe this side of it, because the wind's coming into our face right now. Pretty little lake, lots of hardwood. Nice cliffs over there. There's a couple locations where other people have been fishing, so go with the local knowledge. Right onto a rock. Well, no luck fishing. We gave it about an hour and 15 or so. Not a bite. It is a beautiful day, except the wind is starting to pick up, and the temperature is dropping. So I think the high pressure system moving in, so that's likely got the fish off the bite. It's also midday. We didn't get out for the early morning bite, so oh well. Maybe when we get back to the other lake, it has lake trout in it, so maybe I'll throw in a line a little later, see what we can come up with. Might as well grab some firewood on our way back. All right, good sled full of wood. Found some cherry, which will be better than some of the other stuff we're burning, a little bit harder. So that'll be good. Yeah, excellent. calling it a night. It's a bit colder tonight. You can see my breath, so not sure what the temperature is, but upwards. They were going to say, or I think it was supposed to be around minus 15 tonight. The good thing is that the wind has cut down and isn't really blowing right now, which is good. So, right, see you in the morning. Well, the site served us well. Not actually a bad spot. Managed to make it work. Beautiful bluebird day. I think the boys are having some sled stability issues at the moment. Well, we're all a little winded from coming up the hill from the lake, but the trail's hard packed, so it should be hopefully fairly easy to get out. We may not be fast, but we're not pulling. Sideways. Uh-oh. Well, Kyle tried to ride down a sled too, but has warped his lifters. So one thing is I catch a breather. When Kyle and I were coming back from yesterday's to our site, we ran into guys going on snow machines and told him we were into the lake we were going to. He goes, yeah, there's rainbow in there, 6 to 8 pounders, but what happens is it also has smallmouth bass, so all the stock fish, most of them probably get eaten. So yeah, you'll get 1 or 2 apparently a year come out of there. So no wonder we never had any luck. We could have tried on the lake we were at. It does have lake trout, but basically all around our campsite there was a good foot of slush, so it wasn't a great spot to be able to get out and drop a line, so we didn't bother yesterday. Anyway, onward and outward. Woo! Made it out. Good job, Kyle.
For the bronze medal.
Woohoo!
Bronze medal for Canada.
Philip Christoph.
60 plus category.
You're not sexy yet.
55 plus.
Woo. Good job, man.
Thanks, man. Woo. Woo.
All right, I'm almost getting low on battery, so I better close this out. So, good trip overall for the most part.
Fantastic.
Bit of hard work as usual for winter camping, as always. Temperature-wise last night, minus 20. Got a little chilly, but really I think we were all good for the most part. No one froze to death, which is always a good goal. But yeah.
It was a great trip.
Too bad no fish, but like I mentioned a few minutes ago, not a lake that you actually catch them on, even though it's stocked. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.